first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. Cars Plus, Guam's automotive leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
I love IPAO, signs like these popping up all over the island to boost tourism. But how much do they cost and who's paying for them? I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the answer.
Typhoon Mawar destroyed the Kanata's Dededo home. This is the place they had to live in since then. I'm Julian Hernandez with the story as they are steps closer on rebuilding a roof over their head.
Many nations, one mission. KUAM gets a glimpse of the Cope North 24 exercise from the flight line on Andersen Air Force Base. I'm Destiny Cruz with the story coming up.
Half a day and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado. Happy Threads Thursday. As you saw, Destiny Cruz is on special assignment tonight. Whatever happened to the second male suspect wanted by Guam police in the deadly Tai Tai restaurant robbery? Criminal Investigation Division detectives now following the February 14th shooting. As reported, Guam police were looking for 2 men involved in the armed robbery. Only 1 man has been taken into custody, facing charges of aggravated murder. A second suspect, a woman, has since been cleared of the charges filed against her for her alleged part in the killing. At this time, it's unclear if there could be a second man taken into custody. The shooting claimed the life of 53-year-old Sumitra Lairopi. Police Chief Stephen Ignacio tells KUAM today that his investigators continue interviewing witnesses in hopes to close the case soon. Authorities learning the motive behind the deadly robbery, drug-related. Investigators continue their search as well for the murder weapon. If you have any information on the case, you're asked to call Guam Police immediately. Jeff Pirates Cove new sign has many of you in the community questioning why the Guam Visitors Bureau is using government funds for new signs over other priorities. Through a Freedom of Information Act request, KUAM finds out how much it costs to stand up these displays, who's paying for it, and how far the project goes. Mitsuki Hirayama has the story.
$312,700. That's how much the Guam Visitors Bureau is currently shelling out for those Village Meadow sign displays that have been popping up all over the island since last year. GVB Vice President Jerry Perez says it's part of a project to boost tourism through instant marketing.
You'd be surprised how many tourists stand in front of these signs, have their picture taken because they're in this village or in that village.
From north to south, there's a total of 13 signs so far to include Jigo, Ipao Beach, and most recently at Ipan Talafofo. Many of you commenting under our story on Jeff Pirates Cove's new look, questioning this use of government funds. One comment saying, quote, so my tax money went to a private business to promote their business. Another saying, quote, would have been much better to invest in natural beauty and maybe keeping parks and public restrooms clean.
Is there a lot of work to do? Of course there is. I can't speak to this bathroom or that bathroom, but in terms of priority, I think we're spending the money exactly where it ought to be spent. Improve product and improve the destination experience.
Paris clarifies the funding source for this project is the Tourist Attraction Fund, separate from the general fund.
The Tourist Attraction Fund actually is money that tourists contribute to. We have on the island an 11% hotel occupancy tax. That means every tourist that comes to Guam pays 11% hotel tax.
And I just wanted to clarify on that fund. So just to clarify, it's not coming from local taxpayers then?
No. The hotel tax.
Hotels.
Yeah.
When asked if this is the best use of the funds?
Absolutely, because it reinforces our ability to make the destination of Guam the product and not just Tumon Bay.
He says the Village Signs Project has 2 main objectives: to encourage visitors to explore beyond Tumon Bay and to instill village pride.
I mean, people in Agate, I mean, they drive by, they live in Agate, and they see their signs there, Hagat, man, they take pride in that. And guess what? They support tourism because they can see firsthand what it's doing to their village. They're seeing firsthand that they are a part of the industry.
The total estimated budget for the project is $400,000. The request for proposal was awarded to Glimpses of Guam Incorporation. The contract ends this September with the option of being renewed annually for up to 2 additional fiscal years. GVB intends to ultimately have signs stood up in every village. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
A plan for the Guam Department of Education to go solar and save the cash-strapped agency loads of money on its power bills has been stalled for many months. The issue came to a head during today's CCU work session when a very frustrated Chairman Joey Duenas lashed out, blaming a delayed study squarely on GDOE's former leadership.
I'm really upset, and I'll tell you why I'm upset. Because when DOE first started down this road, the legislature passed a law. I talked to John Fernandez, who was superintendent at the time. I made several approaches to him, said, let's sit down, let's talk about how you're going to do this so we do it the right way. He never responded to me, never responded to me. And then when Senator Joe S. San Augustine asked him in a public hearing, isn't GPA helping you? He didn't say a word. He kind of skirted the issue. And I'm tired of that. I'm really pissed with that. I'm not running anymore, so I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell you, I blame him. I blame him and his people, okay? And somebody jumped the gun and said, oh, let's just do it. And they did it. And it sat on their roof. And I know the frustration of some people that, hey, that should have come in, that should be saving DOE some money. Yes, it should. But there's a right way to do it, and they did it the wrong way.
Duenas says he's all for the idea of GDOE saving money by going solar, but it can't be on the backs of the ratepayers. Since then, a third-party contractor has been brought in to complete a study on how to integrate the proposed 2.7 megawatts of solar power into the island-wide power system. The study expected to be finalized by March, the end of the month. As expected, senators are considering a bill to extend the $100 power credit for another 3 months. The public hearing on the measure was waived ahead of the session when Speaker Teresa Lahi declared it an emergency in the face of soaring electricity bills. Sponsor Will Parkinson.
Bill number 208. I'm a big believer that the people need this help. But as the power chair, I recognize that we need to have a deeper conversation about what we do moving forward. Because there's clearly a need for this power credit, and I see even in the short term there might be need for further extensions. And so we need to have a come to Jesus with GPA. I fully intend to have these oversight hearings at GPA in the coming months, because while what we are doing is good, there is an opportunity cost.
Also ahead in session, senators agreed to reconsider their votes on 2 competing bills that will determine where to build a new hospital. One measure was introduced at the request of the governor to build in Barrigada, Manilao. The other was by Senator Chris Barnett to place it back at the hospital's original location at Ipoh Point in Tamuning. Last time around, both bills failed by a single vote. Senator Joanne Brown also successfully moved for an override vote on the governor's veto of her bill to ban those convicted of official misconduct from working for GovGuam. The governor was concerned it would be retroactive. Brown says that was not the intent, and she has confirmed with Legislative Legal Counsel that it would only be effective going forward. The governor's office also weighed in, urging against the override. Adelou maintains that the Brown bill would result in costly litigation by those who might lose their jobs. She also says it would set a double standard since it would not apply to elected officials. Territorial leaders met with Department of Interior officials in Washington early today for the annual interagency meetings. It's an opportunity for top representatives from multiple federal government agencies to hear the insular area governors, including Governor Lulian Guerrero and the CNMI's Governor Arnold Palacios. In a speech during the meeting, Governor Leon Guerrero requested funding and other assistance to construct a state-of-the-art medical complex. She also expressed disappointment and was joined by Congressman Jim Moylan that the Interior Department is opposing Moylan's bill to compensate Guam for compact migration-related costs. Moylan was also critical of Department of Education's lack of DOE's lack of support for supplemental security income benefits for the territory. 9 months after Mawar, a Dededo family finally a step closer in their recovery to rebuild their home devastated by the storm. The aftermath left the Kanata family living in tents for months. Tonight, our Julian Hernandez has their story as the family gets some long-awaited news from the Chamorro Land Trust Commission.
A camping net underneath a canopy in Dededo.
When it's really raining hard, we get flood. Maybe like good 6 inches, and we have to pick up what we have to pick up.
Since Typhoon Mawar hit last May, Jose Kanata, his wife and daughter, have called this their home. It's on Chamorro Land Trust property, and this has been their reality after his wood and tin home was destroyed by Typhoon Mawar last May. He admits living in these conditions hasn't been easy.
When it rains hard, water starts to flow because the slope, and when it's windy, at the same time it's raining hard, the whole canopy starts to shift near a time. And me lying down or sitting down, I always stay alert just to make sure that the canopy don't collapse.
Kanata is also a lineman with the Guam Power Authority. Unlivable, he was out working to restore power for the island, the frustration only mounting the months that followed. He pleaded with the CLTC to help him make the repairs necessary. Here he is before the commission last November, trying to push his disaster relief loan application forward.
You guys are living under a solid roof. When it rains, nothing leaks. Me, when it rains and wind, the canopy shakes. When it rains, it gets flooded. I can't leave my place. Come on, man, wake up.
The commission working out the paperwork in the months that followed. And during the CLTC meeting today,
Thank you, congratulations.
Woo! Build your house. Build your house.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Kanata getting the approval he and his family have waited to receive for now nearly a year. So I do have to ask, when you heard the words from the board, you got approved, what was your reaction?
It's very emotional. It's emotional for me to see that, we're gonna have a home, a real home. It's the first time I'm ever gonna have a real home.
A dream come true for this Dededo man ready to work to put a roof over his family's head. During the CLTC meeting, he also showed how grateful he was to commissioners and others who've helped him get this far. The Kanatas are just one of many that are still recovering from the aftermath of the storm. The approval they got today, no doubt, gives them hope that they are able to build their forever home. Julian Hernandez, KUAM News, Dededo.
Thanks, Jules. Good story there. Time for a quick break, but keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
Guam Thursdays, presented to you by Threads Guam. Visit threadsguam.com to shop online.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
In the heart of time, friendships have blossomed and connections have grown. From the letters we wrote to the calls we made, we've laid the lines to weave our stories together. From the distant past to a brighter future, we are forging paths, bringing tomorrow's islands today.
Welcome back to Primetime. The race for CNMI delegate widens as attorney Kimberlyn King-Hines says she'll be making an official announcement next week. However, as regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnia reports, she could face a Republican primary battle before November.
NMI attorney Kimberlyn King-Hines will announce her run for U.S. delegate next week, Thursday, on Saipan. The former Commonwealth Ports Authority board chair from Tinian will run as a Republican. She confirmed the upcoming announcement with KUAM Thursday morning. She declined to comment further before the announcement. She could face a battle within the party before November. NMI Republican Party Chair Diego Benavente said the deadline for letters of intent will be in March. He disclosed that there are at least 2 more people interested in running for the delegate seat. Saipan lawmaker TJ Manglotnia also confirmed to KUAM that he's considering running for delegate as a Republican. However, he said he's not made a final decision. He told KUAM, "I know these are big shoes to fill, so I'm taking my time to make the right decision." King-Hines is the second person to enter the race. Democrat Representative Ed Probst announced his run 2 weeks ago. The Commonwealth Election Commission says candidates can officially file to enter the race starting July 8. August 7 is the last day to submit nominating petitions and candidacy. Tomas Manglotnia, KUAM News, Saipan.
Air forces from around the globe are on island for COPE North 2024, all in an effort for joint air and sea training. Destiny Cruz files this story from Anderson Air Force Base.
In the last month, the sounds of aircraft soaring up high have been filling the skies, and it has to do with this year's multinational COPE North exercise, focusing on what the military says is airborne integration for large employment and agile combat. KUAM viewing planes from around the world at a closer vantage point than the sky on Anderson Air Force Base today.
Today, aircrafts belonging to different nations like this one from France, all on static display.
Air forces from Japan, Australia, and France, to name a few, on island, training alongside U.S. airmen, Marines, and sailors. Flight Lieutenant Callum Jackson is part of the Royal Australian Air Force and one of the pilots on the C-27J. The RAAF is among the trilateral exercise leads.
We've been involved in COPE North 24. It's been an exercise where we've been working with our multinational partners, doing a lot of agile operations, so last-minute changes to our tasking, deploying, working with all the different forces. We're doing some airdrop, we did some AE, so aeromedical evacuation training.
Major Anton Heitz of the French Air Force also part of that training. He flies the French CASA CN-235.
It was really interesting to work with the other nations, and even with the French ones. We actually come from French overseas territories, not from France itself. So we had the opportunity to work with people from all around French counterparts and foreign countries.
Sake Yamanaka, a pilot with the Japan Air Self-Defense Force, enjoying getting to learn from his counterparts. Japan is also an exercise lead.
I love Australia and also I love USA.
It's a shared feeling of camaraderie all around.
I think a lot of it is how similar we end up working together with a lot of the same airplanes and a lot of the same capabilities that go together.
Was recently held on U.S. Naval Base Guam, designed to assess their security forces' ability to respond accordingly to threats. Jogan Charfers has more on touching bases.
Last week, a simulated threat on U.S. Naval Base Guam tested the response of its security forces and Joint Region Marianas Fire and Emergency Services. The drill is all part of the Final Evaluation Problem, which is a Commander Naval Installations Command Tri-Annual Certification event, assessing the command, control, communications, and naval security forces on all U.S. Navy installations. Michael Brown is the Installation Training Officer.
So the installation training drill, what you witnessed today, is the culminating event of the whole exercise of the final evaluation problem. What we do here is we're trying to assess the installation's ability to react to a event as active shooter.
The drill involved multiple agencies to include Federal Fire, the hospital, and the Navy Special Warfare Group that assisted by flying a drone, which Brown said was great for the training.
Actually gave the watchstanders an actual tangible object that they can engage.
The culminating event of a 3-year cycle took roughly 6 months to plan.
We started out with just some working groups, and we all come together because we have to decide, one, how we're going to develop the scenario, and that's based off of the objectives that we want to accomplish for that drill.
After the FEP, a hot wash takes place immediately after.
That's where we determine, or we solicit information from the watchstanders and the controllers on what went right with the drill and what we can improve.
With this week's Touching Bases, Jonagan Charfris, KUAM News.
Thanks, Joan. Love for all, hatred for none is the motto of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community of Guam. And on Saturday, February 24th and Sunday, February 25th from 2 in the afternoon to 6 at night, the Muslim Center in Tumuning, the community is inviting to check out exhibition on Islam. The open house type of event is an opportunity for residents to learn more about the teachings of Islam and how Islam serves the country on, in this case, the island. It is also a chance to answer questions you may have. Khalid Khan is a missionary for the Muslim community and has been on island for a little over a year. He says the exhibition is the first of its kind for Guam and highlights their core benefits, articles of faith, and fundamentals of their teachings.
We have the commentaries of the Quran, and then we have the hadiths, which are the sayings of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. And then we have some other books from our own community that our spiritual leaders have written. And then we have some pictures of the mosques that we have, not just in the US, but throughout the world. So we have some pictures that people can see, and then people can also see our prayer room where we pray.
Again, the exhibition will be held this weekend, Saturday and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Muslim Center. It's located on the second floor of the Gentle Care Building in Tumuning. You can also visit the center during their operating hours. It's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. For more information on the Muslim Center and the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, follow their page on Instagram. It's at Islam_Guam. Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view captured from Governor Joseph Flores Memorial Park at EPAL. This view plus more Chamorro music streaming on Isla Digital Radio.
Troy Polamalu Safety, a.k.a. the Quiet Storm. Troy's seen more out of the corners of his cold steel eyes than most mortal men have seen straight on. The last thing an offense would witness, a fury of flowing mane incoming at high speed.
Hey!
Cat-like quickness and supernatural instincts like Troy's only come once in a lifetime. And oh, how grateful we are that they came in ours. No one made the beloved burg of Pittsburgh feel quite as safe as this safety. The Hyundai Tucson with advanced safety and tech, because even safeties could use a little more safety themselves.
Oh yeah, hot honey pizza and wings from
Pizza what?
Pizza what?
Pizza what? Hot honey pizza and wings. It's the first new flavor to make you say pizza what?
Going for Gold is presented to you by Prime Hydration and C2O Coconut Water, distributed by PDC Wholesale. Guam's participating in 10 athletic events during the 10th Micronesian Games. And while there's exciting competition for sports with mats, courses, tracks, and courts, there's a ton of action beneath the waves too in spearfishing.
Yeah, game plan, we think it out. Some of us can't sleep at night before the following morning because we're so indecisive of where we're going to go, especially if it's a really big zone. But I think by the time we get in the water, we just focus and do what we need to do.
Now, spearfishing is uniquely suited for our part of the world, and it's intensely competitive.
I'd say 90% skill
and then 10% luck, because the more you do it, the more you learn, the easier it gets. You'll notice this is one of the sports where the athletes are a little long in the tooth, because it is all that knowledge that we've seen, and it's just the more time in the water, that's how you get better at this sport.
While in other sports, we might be able to eyeball 1 or 2 islands who may give us a run, our fishing crew says everyone in the micro games is capable of medaling.
They're all looking pretty good. The last competition in Yap, there was some really hard competition. The hardest part is not being our territory, so just it's a huge advantage to Team Marshall Island team, because they're going to be able to know where the spots are at, know how the fish act. So we're really going to have to play catch up to those guys.
Yeah, everybody there was, they're probably the best from their island. So yeah, if you look at the catch, it's everybody had a nice catch. There wasn't any team that didn't have a nice catch. Everybody had a nice catch. So you kind of look at the catch and you're like, oh, kind of trying to eyeball the weight and how many pieces and stuff. But yeah, everybody's pretty good.
Competition is really getting close, so we're gonna have to make sure we do some training.
Even deeper than the waters you fish is each team's strategy. You can't medal on sheer athleticism alone. You need to do your homework, know the spots, rely on your instincts, and react to whatever Mother Nature throws at you that day.
I just enjoy doing it. It's always an honor to represent Guam, and we're having fun and enjoying what we do.
Going for Gold is presented to you by Prime Hydration and C2O Coconut Water, distributed by PDC Wholesale.
When ordering the best Big Mac ever made in all of Big Mac history, with more special sauce in every bite, expect some unexpected company. He does this all the time.
Introducing the bigger and better Double Big Mac, a taste sensation with 4 beef patties, Big Mac sauce, and the works. Hurry before the Hamburglar steals it away. Robble robble for a limited time only at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
What's up, Guam? Did you know that first-time homebuyers can get an interest-free secondary mortgage or a grant of up to $10,000 to help with closing fees through Guam Housing Corporation? Stick around and find out more.
Hi, my name is Emily Flores from Guam Housing Corporation. I'm here to speak to you about the KUAM program. The KUAM program is a secondary loan program with participating lenders, financing up to 95%, which means the applicant must come up with 5%. The maximum loan amount would be $40,000. Maximum occupancy is 5 years, and the KUAM requirements are:
so you must be a Guam resident for 5 years. You must be a first-time buyer. You have to have acceptable credit. You need to be permanently employed. You're going to be needing to submit your 2 years tax return. You're a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. Participating banks are... Emily, you also have a grant program. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. So we do have a program. It's called the First Time Homeowner Assistance Program. It's there for homeowner. The maximum amount is $10,000 to assist you with your closing costs. However, the maximum home price cannot exceed $420,000. And you can stop by our office or go onto our website and pick up a copy of the application packet.
Listen up, first-time homebuyers. Now that you've been informed on a great option, here's the perfect starter home. 139 Nizuk Road in Agana Heights is only listed for $389,000. Perfect for first-time homebuyers or newlyweds looking to start their own life. This house has a covered carport, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths with 1 located outside, perfect for family fiestas. Located in the central village of Agana Heights, think about how short your commutes to work will be. Just under 1,300 square feet, built in 1995, and on roughly a quarter acre of land, you need to pick up the phone and schedule your showing today.
Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
You are invited to learn about the beliefs, the virtues, the practice of Islam, and that is happening on the 24th and 25th from 2 to 6 at the Gentle Care Dental Building. Of course, that is in Tamuning. Please make sure to pass by. UOG is celebrating Charter Day number 56. We have been around that long giving locals quality higher education, and we are going to celebrate it the way that we only know how to do it because we are Tritons. That's March 7th at the UOG Center Courtyard. And duh, where else would it be? It's UOG. Starts at 9 a.m. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. If you've never been to Charter Day, please come and check it out. Everyone is welcome. Everyone's going to have a good time. And beginning this Saturday and for every 4 weeks, volunteers are needed from the Saipan Community Recycling Project. They were recycling plastic and sorting it as well. It's at the Northern Marianas College. That is your News Bites.
Now to your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout out submitted on KUAM.com.
Happy birthday on 2/22 to Asha Robles. Oh man, you guys know Asha. She did like all the starting lineup. She did the live streams for all those times. She was on our podcast network. We really miss Asha, and she is celebrating a very special birthday in the Lone Star State. So Asha, you are missed. 671 is wishing you so much birthday love, and please enjoy your special day. She's awesome. Logan Scott Metz, happy 26th birthday to you from your friends and family. Logan, we hope you had a fantastic birthday. And equally awesome birthday shout outs go to Sean Taitano, Biba on you, say all your friends and family here at KUAM. And a belated birthday wish going out to Selena Garcia Chua. Happy belated birthday to Selena, who turned 26 yesterday. All right, a pair of 26-year-olds. That's awesome. And birthdays are awesome. And if your birthday was today, you are awesome too, and we wish you the best.
Happy birthday to everyone celebrating out there today. That's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Delgado. Have a safe evening.